Hi, everyone. It's me. It's Professor Sugarman. I know many of you already, but I know I have not had the chance to meet all of you, seeing as how we're in a pandemic and we're all working from our homes or our offices and not having an opportunity to get together. So today is April 1st, and registration for the fall semester opens today. So I have a lengthy email, which you've already seen. I sent to you guys with a lot of information. But I thought I'd take a few minutes to make a video for you to show you how to find some of this information on our website. At the bottom of the email is a link to a Google document where you can sign up for an individual one-on-one advising session with me. So I encourage you all to do that because I want to make sure that everyone is progressing towards the completion of your program. I know we all have different schedules, different needs. Some of us can take a full-time load of classes, which is 4 or 5, and some of us can take one class. That is all okay. I always want to make sure that the classes you're taking are the right ones to get you through the program as quickly as possible, but also according to whatever fits your schedule and your needs. So I'm going to spend a few minutes on this video talking about how to prepare yourself for an advising appointment with me so you can figure out where you are in your degree, in your program. And I will also show you some tricks and some tools. You can see on the email, I also listed for you all the different paralegal classes that are being offered in the fall. So before I start, I just wanted to talk for a minute about the fall semester. It goes without saying that this past year has been an unusual time. I've been teaching and working at Middlesex for well over a decade, and none of us have ever lived through anything like this, and all of our lives have made transition and changes because of the pandemic. And we at Middlesex are no different. As many of you know, or I think probably all of you know, our program, and not just our program, but all of Middlesex has been entirely online this past year, with the exception of a handful of science classes. However, we are going to be making changes. The vaccine rollout is going well, and numbers should be starting to come down. So Middlesex, just like many other colleges, both 2-year and 4-year programs, are beginning to plan to bring more classes back on campus. I have to be really honest with you guys, I miss you terribly. I know I've made so many strong connections with you guys remotely this year, but there's something just really special, magical about being in a classroom and being together. So both for the paralegal studies program and for other classes that you might need at Middlesex, like math, science, humanities, language classes, you will see on the schedule that there is a mix of the types of classes that we are offering. And the college has even updated its language. So when you search for your classes, you will see that some classes will be offered back in an on-campus format. Now, I know it's only April and classes don't start until the first week of September. So a lot can change in terms of public health and safety. Obviously, Middlesex, as a state institution and an institution that values all of our health, will be following whatever the current guidelines are for health and safety come September. We've all been living in this situation. We are living our lives, we are moving day to day, but there's still this whole we don't know what's happening in the future around us. So we've done our best to plan to bring classes back on campus, but please know we will not force classes to be open if we are still in a public health emergency. So just know that. I don't want to come to campus if there's a public health emergency, but right now I am planning to come back because I miss you guys and I love seeing everybody. Okay, so back to the schedule. You will see some classes that are on campus. You will see some classes that are online. Now, as you know, there's 2 ways to take a class online. You can take a class online in what is traditionally be called asynchronous. We are calling that a web class, meaning it has no live meeting times. If some of you have taken Professor Butterworth-Till's legal research and writing class this past semester in spring, that is an asynchronous class. If you were in my Introduction to Law class, that is also an asynchronous class. You know that we don't schedule any live meeting times. So when you see in the schedule web, that means that you work according to a syllabus and a schedule, but there isn't a specific day or time that you need to log on with your classmates and your professor. So you have on campus, you have web, and then we have what we're calling WT. And that means what we would have called the synchronous live meeting time class. Think of that like a Zoom or a Google Meet, where everybody in the class has to log on at a particular time. Now, you could be at home, you could be at work, as long as you're connected to Wi-Fi and dialed into the class like this, where you can see and hear everybody at the same time. We are also offering classes in the WT format. So you will see for Middlesex College, for the entire college, we have a mix of these classes. So what does this mean for you? Here's my plan for how to best figure out what your schedule should be. And again, I know everybody's schedule is different. There is not one size fits all. So what I recommend you do, and I can't log on because I don't want to show anybody's personal information, but from your website, when you log into MyMCC, you should go to two places. You should go to My Degree Audit. I think it's called Degree Audit. Again, I don't want to open it in my computer because then I'd have to show you somebody's, and that's not a good idea. But under your Degree Audit, it's like a check the box, and it shows the classes you've already taken, and it shows the classes you still need. The hint is to click the button that says Process New, and it will refresh the page for you. And it'll show you what you still need for your degree. Second to that, I want you to open the attachments that I put on the email that show your personal program's degree map. So I'm just going to click over for a second because I did open some of those here. So for example, this is the academic map for those of you that are in the paralegal studies transfer program. And again, you can compare this to your degree audit and check off the classes that you've already completed and see what you have left to do. So there's a degree map for the transfer program, here's the degree map for the career program, and here's the degree map for the certificate program. So my big advice to everybody here is if possible, follow the suggested order for the classes as they're recommended to be taken. Obviously, we want you to take classes like Introduction to Law, English Composition 1 before you take something like an internship. I mean, in fact, there's a prerequisite of those. But the most important thing along with this order is to take what fits into your schedule. Not every course in paralegal can be offered every semester. We're not that big a program. So if you have time in your schedule to take a class like computer applications, take it when it's offered. I also always recommend that if an elective you're interested in is being offered, take that when it's offered. So it's a little bit of looking to see what you need, but also looking to see what is being offered. And I do try to rotate the electives each semester so that different ones are offered. On that note, I also gave you guys a Word document where I have listed, here it is now, all the paralegal classes that will be offered in the fall semester and the modality or method in which they are being offered. So you can see here's Introduction to Law. It will be web and on campus. I have a fully asynchronous web class. Professor Gabriel has an on-campus class. Litigation, some of you took it this semester with Judge McKenna. In the fall, it will be a fully web asynchronous class with Professor Kilkelly, and so on. I've listed the required courses first, and then at the bottom, I have listed the electives, which actually go on to the next page. So the electives that will be offered is both contract law and wills and estates. And then, of course, several sections of business law and a class in mediation training. So I recognize that every semester, and I just want to say this in advance, I try really hard to make a schedule that fits everybody's needs, but I know it doesn't because we all have different demands in our lives. So I just press upon you to take the classes that fit this semester, and I promise the next semester there will be a different course offering or course schedule that's there. And I also know that we're still coming out of the pandemic. So I can't make it all perfect for everybody to take everything remote, or for those that want to come back on campus, make everything back on campus. I tried really hard to find a balance of the classes and how they're offered. So please feel free to reach out to me with any questions, but this is the best information that I have today. Okay, so we have the degree audit and your map. We have the paralegal classes. I didn't do this for all the other classes because I can't possibly go through all the sections of math and English, but I wanted to show you on your computer. Once you log into MyMCC, you can get your degree audit. You can also go into something called My Schedule Planner. Now, again, I went in as guest mode, so I'm not attached to you, but when I meet with you, I can actually put in your A number and we can look at your particular schedule. Again, I just didn't want to do this on the video because I don't want to share anybody's personal information. But when you go into My Schedule Planner, I would recommend, if you want to see what's being offered, this is a good way to do it. You can go to the fall semester, select all the campuses because it'll give you just every choice. And then you can come down here to add courses. And if you do that, it brings you to a little box and you can search by subject. Now in paralegal, we have two different prefixes. We have both the PAR and LGL. I'll go to LGL first because it's alphabetical, but LGL are the general legal studies electives. And you can see that you can now see the courses that are being offered in the fall semester for the LGL. So if you have not taken, let's say you want to take mediation training, it will give you a pop-up and you can add that course. And then, see, is it going? Oh, it's already in my list. Ah, there it is. And then you click done. And then when you come back to that page, you'll see that mediation training is here. And you can actually then look at the schedule and you can open it up and see that it is, it should be classroom. So as I make this video, I should go back and check on that. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe that one is still a mistake. I know there's so many changes to the schedule because we've had a lot of moving pieces. So maybe I picked a bad example, but let me go and find one that I know is accurate right now, which is PAR. And then we can pick a course from PAR. We can go to legal research and writing one. Hopefully this one is correct. Let's find out. Add the course. And then you click done. And then here is, you can see that it has prerequisites listed. And I don't know why, maybe I have to find out, oh no, maybe this is why, because it says here Lowell day, 11 to 12:15. Maybe that's why it says it that way. And maybe I'm making the video before everything in the schedule has been final, but you can see that we're still working and everything is a work in progress. So my point is I want you to try to use the schedule planner to pick the classes that you need and see when they are offered. I did also put on the email to you it's a PowerPoint presentation that the advising department created, and they walk you through how to use your degree audit and your schedule planner. So please use that PowerPoint to follow how to do this. You can actually register yourself right through this, and that's fine. You don't actually have to meet with me to choose your classes. In fact, the last thing I want to tell you in the video is, I absolutely encourage you to meet with me. I think, I just want to meet you guys and I like to talk to you guys, but if your schedule is such that you just don't even have time to meet, you can send me the list of classes that you're thinking about taking, and I can double check them against your degree audit just over an email and let you know, yes, you're on the right track. No, we need to look at something else. So feel free to just do it electronically too. I hope this video has been helpful. I'm sorry that I chose classes that maybe the schedule was still needing a little bit of tweaking, but it literally is like 8 o'clock in the morning on April 1st, and the schedule's just going live today. So we just know we've been working very hard to find a way to find classes that fit for everybody. I know that it will be great for some of you, and others you will be looking for classes that are not there yet, but stay tuned. We're not going anywhere. We're just really working hard to find a way to bring everybody back on campus safely. And so we can just have everybody move through their programs as efficiently as possible. So thank you for listening to the video. I hope this has been helpful, and fill out the Google Doc and I will either meet you either telephonically. You can tell me, we can talk by phone, or I'm happy to set up a Zoom. And so we could do it that way. I'm happy to do it either way right now. And then hopefully in the fall, we can all be together again. All right. Have a great day and good luck registering.